A choppy day, start of the new series, start of a brand new month as well as quarter, and wouldn't say that it fared all that well. Although in the context of how the global markets have performed and the kind of weakness that they saw in the month gone by, Indian markets are clearly a show of resilience. In fact, the Nifty has managed to put on about almost 2.5% in the month gone by, as opposed to a negative return by the Dow, the S&P, as well as the Nasdaq and many other global markets as well. That said, today you had a weak handover from the globe, and weak is how we started as well. We finally shut shop defending that 17,500 price point, a dip of about almost 97 points coming in. It was actually a better day when it came to the broader end of the market, where you had about 90 stocks going home as decliners, with about 85 to the advances. So in that sense, a slim gap between the advance and declines hands today. Today was all about news specific moves. While you had the news flow on Z that didn't quite augur well for the stock price. Saw a bit of recovery as soon as the takeaways from the board meet came, and then you saw a massive dip down as well. Finally, quite a choppy day for Z. That said, you had the monthly auto sales numbers as well trickle in. M&M clearly was a breakout candidate today. That stock held out by about 3.25% in the session. You had the gas price hike as well coming into effect. So Coal India, IOC, GAIL, ONGC, all these were sensitive movers. In fact, Coal India, IOC and ONGC had yet another positive day in the sun. You also had Dr. Reddy's, Ultratech Cement, HDFC Life and Reliance as well gave some support to the market, holding up about 0.6%. What didn't do well today was actually the financials and private banks in particular. So Bajaj Fin Svs, Bajaj Finance were pretty much at the bottom of the peak, and those two were big laggards today. You had Maruti as well after the commentary coming in on how severe and grave the situation is with regards to the semiconductor chip shortage and what they foresee for the month of October. That was down about 2.5%. Bharti was another loser today, down about 2%. And then you had Bajaj Fin Svs, ICICI Bank, TCS, Infosys. TCS, by the way, is due to report its numbers come next week on October 8th. That's Thursday or Friday, actually. And TCS was also down about almost 1%. Kotak Bank, L&T, SBI Life, ITC were some of the other underperformers in trade. From within the broader markets, though, it is where you saw some amount of gains coming in. The gold financiers came back to the fore, and you had both Manappuram as well as Muthoot hold out quite smartly in trade. Manappuram went home with a 6.5% move. You had Muthoot as well with a 5.5% traction. And then talk about the reopen trade. Today you had Trend saw some decent moves. Aditya Birla Fashions is in any case one stock that we've been highlighting practically every day for you. Bata India as well, and the school reopening, that was a segment which was also in focus, and that stock held out by nearly about 4%. GMR Infra, Dixon has had a few good days. These were stocks which actually held out.